Hi, this is Matt from TracyMatt.co.uk, and here I have the Aiptek Pocket TV HD Z500 Plus, which is a small HD camcorder. So we have a look inside the box. Open her up. Piece of paper here with the service support numbers. The camera itself, which is pretty small. I'm going to look at that in a second. Standard USB to mini USB cable. Have a charger, which is interestingly a mini USB charger. Series of cables. First one being component cable with a 4-pole jack on the other end. There's a composite cable with audio, and again 4-pole connector. I have a lanyard or wrist strap. Remote control, which is pretty decent with camera controls on there, and playback control. I have the battery, which I'm just going to unpack so we can look at the capacity. It's a 1200 mAh battery, pretty small actually. Surprised it's as large in capacity as that for its physical size. Underneath that we have a little pouch supplied with a belt loop, quite useful. And then we have the warranty card, information on the remote control itself, user manual for the camcorder, which interestingly is in black and white and only has that much in each language, so it's probably not terribly heavy going. Then we have a CD there, which I need to cover up the serial number there, but that's serial number for ArcSoft, and it includes on the CD QuickTime player, the HD DVD decoder, Total Media Extreme, photo impressions, and the electronic version of the manual. So move this stuff out of the way. Aiptek, to be honest, isn't a name that I'd ever heard of before. It's obviously a somewhat budget HD camcorder. It does support up to 1080p and a 3x optical zoom. It's a pretty, small, fairly, attractive looking. Doesn't look too cheap. Looks quite good quality. Has a pop-out screen on the side with buttons relating to the on-screen menus. That does flip all the way around if you want to shoot footage of yourself. On the back there are a series of controls, menu mode controls, button for taking stills, a little navigation joystick, wide angle and telephoto zoom control there, and a button to start and stop recording, jack connector for the AV out, which is for the cables that we saw just a moment ago, and also this bit that pops open for the HD connector and USB for downloading footage back to your PC for editing and so on. On this side is where the battery goes, pops just inside there, and then a space for our memory cards, which is SD, and it supports SDHC, quoted in the specification, supporting up to 32 gig. On the front there's a built-in flash and 2 mobile lights for illuminating your subject. Below that is the infrared sensor, and obviously on the front is the lens itself. It actually has a cover, glass cover over the lens, so you can't accidentally touch the lens elements, which is quite a nice idea, and also stops dust and rubbish going in the front there, and that's a lot easier to clean that glass than it is to clean the lens elements, so that's a nice idea. On top is the microphone, and on the bottom is where we can connect it up to a tripod. Pretty lightweight, that would easily go in your pocket. It's quite stylish, not bad looking. Let's just look at the specification. It has actually got a 5 megapixel sensor in there, so that you can take 5 megapixel stills. and does support 1080p at 30 frames a second, 720p at 30 and 60 frames per second, a DVD 4:3 aspect mode at 60 frames a second, and also a web mode, and I understand you can use this as a webcam, so it would be quite a good quality webcam. According to spec, you can record up to 1 hour of footage on a 4GB SD card, and I guess that depends on the mode that you select and quality and so on. There is 128 meg of internal memory. It won't get you very far recording videos, but I guess that's useful if you're taking stills. Also interestingly, as quoted again in the specification, it can focus from 5 centimeters in macro mode, which is very good in actual fact, so you'll be able to get very close to your subject. Zoom isn't fantastic, 3 times zoom, but then again you look at the size of the product and you can understand why. That's not a terribly huge zoom. So over the next couple of days I'm going to be playing around with this, and a review of the Aiptek Z500 Plus will be on site in the next couple of days.